Hey, welcome to Module 2 today. As a brick and mortar business or service provider, I know you're keen to get more clients and more customers to your local business in a way that's fairly economical and it doesn't cost too much. So I'm going to give you a few suggestions today that you should consider implementing in the near future. There's no doubt that you have to get your business out there so that your prospects in that local marketplace, they know that you exist. And so today, let's talk about this. And yes, we're still going to be talking about the hard stuff, and we're going to talk about snail mail. Now, who doesn't love receiving something in the mail these days? It's quite rare, isn't it? So why not take advantage of that? Use that opportunity to be different and to stand out. Again, you may think that this only appeals to grannies and wrinklies, but get this, just get this. Recent research has shown that millennials, those people born between 1977 and 1995, they just love getting mail. And any marketer worth his salt will tell you that that age group are the most desired target age group to market to. Why is that? They have the time, they're usually stable in their work, they're ambitious, and they have the income, and they're likely to be your ideal customer for the next 10 years. Now, I've got some interesting data for you. 75% of millennials, 75% say that the promotional mail they receive every day is valuable. They get something out of it. And that most of them would prefer direct mail over email when receiving a promotional piece. Even more surprisingly, 63% of these millennials responded to some kind of promotional piece in the last few months, and that research was up to December of 2020. So yes, snail mail is making a huge comeback. It's the kind of hard stuff that's really good for you to implement in your business. And so we're going to be talking about some of the things that you can use. And these are things like postcards and birthday cards, letters and thank you cards. So here we go. Postcards are great for businesses to use. Here's another statistic. Apparently, over 50% of all postcards sent out are being read by recipients. So it goes without saying that a good postcard can have a strong impact. Again, like the ones on the screen, it's well worth the cost of professional design and print. Let's have a look at the one on the left, the one it says on it, "Got a dirty little secret." Well, this is what we call a DL-sized postcard. That's like business envelope size. And it's for an environmental business. And what they do, they check that companies are compliant with their emissions, and if they've got asbestos and if they've got any toxic stuff they have to remove and look after. So that's what their business does. And what they do after meeting with a prospect, whoever that prospect was, either they go to see someone at their office, or they bump into somebody at a cafe in town, or they go to a networking event. They have a little bit of a, business chat, as you do. What then the business owner does is he goes back to the office and follows up that meeting with a postcard. He'd just jot a few lines on the back, like, "Good to meet you today, loved hearing about your new projects, let's keep in touch," etc., etc. Pop a stamp on it and put it into the mailbox. And the same goes for the one on the right side too, the "We don't sell sushi." That's actually my one from quite a long time ago. But it's a way of following up on prospects or those meetings that happen opportunistically. And not only is it good, it's fast, it's easy, it's cheap. And if your postcard is well designed and good quality, it'll be noticed and it will be memorable. It may even get passed around their office or stuck on the notice board in the tea room or something like that. So again, postcards are great for follow-up. Now, sticking with the hard stuff that is mailable, letters are good too, especially for follow-ups to meetings, as the receiver will likely remember you and your business name, and so they're kind of likely to open up. Here's the red mandarin letterhead envelope business cards. It's from our portfolio, but that actual design was done 15 years ago, and yet it still looks modern today. So that's why I really do encourage you to get good design. Don't do it yourself if you're not a designer, because good design, it just doesn't date. Okay? And then, we should always think about, well, are we following up on those meetings? And why should we? Why should we follow up? It's an opportunity for another touch point to get your brand in front of a prospect. But what does it do? What does it actually do? Well, it gives the recipient a really nice surprise. And we all love that, don't we? And another thing it does is it gets attention, gets eyeballs on it. And it shows that person, that prospect, or that old client that you actually care and that you've listened to them. It also demonstrates that you're willing to invest in your business. And that translates to someone else that if you're willing to invest in your business, you believe in your products or your service enough to make that investment. And so you're very much likely to want to invest in the receiver's business or whatever it is they need as well. Okay, so what other mailable stuff can we use to promote your business to new clients, or also, as I just said, to maintain contact with your client or customer database? Now, here's a selection of general promotional mail drop cards that can be sent by mail or popped into mailboxes. Again, if it's good quality, it shows the receiver you're willing to put effort in some way, shape or form. Personally, if I get a homemade leaflet in my letterbox that is obvious that somebody's done themselves, then I'm afraid it goes straight into the garbage. To me, if someone isn't prepared to invest in their business, then it gives me the impression that they aren't going to invest in mine either. Again, it's like going on a blind date with someone who hasn't showered or brushed their teeth. Like, ooh, yuck. So these are just general promotional cards that are used to do letter drops or mailbox drops. More of the hard stuff are things like thank you cards. And these are great ways to just keep in touch with recent new clients or people that have given you something or recommended you. Send them a thank you card as a follow-up. Also, this is like an appointment reminder card. Perhaps you only see your clients once every few months or once a year, and you've not heard from them. So just a reminder that they've not been forgotten. We're still here. We still care about you. We'd still like to do business with you. Send them a lovely reminder card. Or even birthday cards, discount purchase coupons are great. Congratulations cards if you hear that they've reached a certain age, or they've just recently got engaged or married or something like that. You could even send them some bumper stickers as well as a bit of a gift. Get them to stick them on their car or the caravan or something like that. And a little extra tip here would always be to, wherever possible, handwrite the postcard or the envelope, as it's just far more personal and endearing, and it's much more likely to get noticed. Okay, so we've covered a fair bit of the hard stuff that you can use to get in front of your prospects and start building up your brand in your area. Remember, we're all looking to accumulate those touch points with a prospect so that they start to remember you. And the more the merrier. These touch points do have to be professional. We say it takes 7 touch points before someone remembers your business, and it takes around 23 touch points before they will actually do business with you. So the more touch points you can get, then try to do that. So using snail mail is a good way to do it, and it shows your customers that you care. And isn't that nice? So download the worksheet that's just below and start jotting down your ideas as to how you could follow up with people and how you can also look at maintaining contact with your past customers too. Perhaps people you've not heard from for a while or you've not seen for a while. If you don't keep in touch with them, they could think you've moved, closed your business, or that you just don't care. Okay, so think about that too. And I will see you in the next module. Okay.